Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make your buildings, and you have to have at least 5 buildings. If you want to make more than 5, you can, but we're going to start with just making 5. And I'm going to start on the right side of the paper. If you want to start on the left side of the paper, it does not matter. I'm going to show you how to do both ways. So the first thing you need to do is draw a tall rectangle for the side of your building. And you don't have to measure how tall it is. You just have to make a vertical line and try and keep it straight up and down. When I laid my ruler down, I tried to see if there was an even amount of gap between my ruler and the edge of the paper. If it looked like that, I'd know my ruler wouldn't be straight and my line wouldn't be straight for my building. So I made sure that my ruler was as straight as it could. And now I'm going to make another line for the top of my building. So I made a rectangle. Now it's going to be going off the paper, so I only had to draw 2 sides. The next part we're going to do is we're going to connect this building to the vanishing point. In order to do that, now this is where you have to make sure you draw lightly because we're going to end up erasing part of your line. We're going to take the corner and the vanishing point and we're going to line them up. So make sure your ruler is on the corner and on the vanishing point and draw a light line. We're going to be tracing this later, so you don't need to draw heavily. I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom of my building. I'm going to line it up at the corner of the building at the bottom and the vanishing point, and I'm going to draw a line. Once you have that, it looks like your building is going way super far. It's stretched all the way out in the distance. We don't want our building to be that big, so we're going to cut it off. So find out where. Do you want it to be a skinny store? Do you want it to be a longer store or building? It is up to you to decide how long you want your building to be, and then when you decide how long you want it to be, cut it off and erase what is left over. As you can see, it is very important that you make your lines light. That way you don't see those once you erase them. Here's our first building. We're done with that one. Now my next building is a little trickier because it's going to be back here. So I'm going to take and draw my vertical line to start off with. And then I'm going to make my rectangle. So I'm going to make my building back here. And mine's going to be a little skinnier. This building's going to be a little skinnier. So I'm just going to make the rectangle a little taller. And I have to actually do the bottom of this one because it doesn't go off the paper. This building is hiding part of it. That's why you only see part of the rectangle. Once you have that drawn, you can then take it to the vanishing point. Make sure that you line up your ruler on the vanishing point and on the corner. When you get them lined up, connect them. Again, draw lightly. It'll make your life a lot easier. Do the bottom corner with the vanishing point as well and connect. Now again, it looks like your building is stretching super far back. So what we need to do is cut it off. So I want this one to be a little longer. I'm going to move my ruler down a little bit and I'm going to draw a line that cuts it off right about there. And then I'll erase all this extra stuff. Okay, there's 2 buildings and I said you needed 5, so I'm going to keep drawing all of my buildings. Again, I'm going to make this one a little bit smaller because it's farther away. I'm going to make my rectangle tucked back behind that building. And then I'm going to connect it to the vanishing point. connecting the top corner to the vanishing point. It is very important that you use the vanishing point, or your picture will not look like it's in 1-point perspective. And that's the whole point of this picture, is to make it look like it's in 1-point perspective. And you can try and fake it, but I am going to use a ruler when I grade these, and I'm going to make sure all of your lines go to your vanishing point. And it starts off with making sure that your buildings all line up to that spot right there. Okay, my buildings on the right are all done, and now I need to do the buildings on my left. So, my battery's running out on my computer. Hold on. Fast forward. Alright, now good. So now, I'm going to make my other building. I'm going to make this one a little shorter this time. I like to make it go all the way down off the paper, and then draw the top. You always start off with a rectangle, and then make it go to the vanishing point. I'm going to make the bottom of it go to the vanishing point, lining up the bottom corner with the dot, and draw your line. Same thing with the top corner. Line it up with the vanishing point and draw a line. And then, right now it looks like it's going on forever, so I'm going to cut it off. I only have to draw 2 buildings on this side, since I have 3 on the other side, so I'm going to make these a little bit longer. And erase this. Then I'm going to make a building standing up really tall in the background here. Get my rectangle made. Once I have my rectangle, you know what's next. Take each of the corners to the vanishing point. 1 and 2. Again, too long, so I'm going to cut it off. And here is my basic buildings drawing of my city in 1-point perspective. If you want to add a horizon line in the background now, is a good point.